Mandy here. My intros are always really weird. I'm an awkward introer, an awkward goodbyer, introer, helloer, hello. What? Anyways, I'm gonna do the 22 random questions tag. It's just 22 random questions that I found pretty interesting. And I might rant a little bit about them, so here we go. Number 1. How old would you be if you didn't know how old you are? So, sophistication. How old would I be? Okay, I'm 18 now. If I didn't know I was 18, I feel like I'm weird. My weirdness would be a little kid. Personality, I guess. No, it's really hard to think about, you know? How old would I be? I don't know. How old do I act? Let's ask you guys. How old do I act? If you personally know me, even better. Comment down below. How old do I act? Do I act my age? Do I act younger? Do I act older? In what situations? Personally, I think it depends on who I'm with and what the situation is. Like, if I'm at a wedding or a funeral or a family thing, I think I act older than what I am. I'm more mature in that way. But if I'm with friends or my boyfriend, I feel like I act a little younger than what I am, a little childish. I feel like I will always be a child at heart, but I know when to be mature. So, but what age? I'm not quite sure. Number 2. If life is so short, why do we do so many things we don't like and like so many things we don't do? This question is like, what? Because it's so true. We're forced to do things we don't like. Like, some people don't enjoy school. We're forced to go to school. We're forced to go to the dentist. We're forced to see a doctor for certain things. We're forced to do things we don't like to do. But things we'd like to do are a little harder to do, I think. Like, I enjoy going on roller coasters. I don't always get the chance to. First of all, the only roller coaster within 5 minutes of my house, or even an hour from my house, 2 hours from my house, is the one at my work. And it's the Zippin' Pippin' at Bay Beach. And since I work there, I don't get to go to Bay Beach very often for my personal time anymore because I'm working when it's open. And it's like, that's the only roller coaster or whatever. Or, I don't know. Maybe you can't afford to do something. Maybe you're not close to it, you know? That's what I think. You're forced to do things you don't like, and things you like, you can't do it because you're not able to. And it sucks, but it's weird to think about. Number 3. What is the one thing you'd most like to change about the world? That's a hard question, but people. I would like to change how people are, how people act. Is one thing I'd like to change about the world, because it all starts with us. It all starts with how greedy we are, how rude we are, how friendly we are, I can't talk, how silly we are, how much respect we have for the world, all of that. I would like to change how people are. Number 4. If the average human lifespan was 40 years, how would you live your life differently? If I could only live up to 40, I think I would care less about things. Well, not like that. Like, I don't know. Knowing I'm not going to live that old, and I'm still going to be young when I die, I would just be more of a risk taker, I think. Because I'd be like, whatever, if I die now, whatever. You know? So I guess that's, I don't know, sure. Number 5, are you more worried about doing things right or doing the right things? I guess that's in between. It all depends on the situation. I guess I'm more worried about doing things right. Because the right thing can mean something different to me than someone else. Like, I don't know. Whatever. I guess I'm just gonna go with worried about doing things right the first time around. Number 6. If you could offer a newborn child only one piece of advice, what would it be? Would you break the law to save a loved one? That's 2 different questions, but that's what it says. So technically this is 23 random questions. If I could give a newborn child one piece of advice and they would comprehend it, I would tell them to simply be yourself, no matter what. Just be your absolute self. Don't be fake. Being fake's not going to get you anywhere in the world. So, in the long run, be your absolute self. And would you break the law to save a loved one? Probably. Fuck it. If that's what it takes, then yeah, I would. Number 7. What's something you... Sorry, I have an itch. What's something you do differently than most people? Communicate. I'm not a good communicator. I guess I don't know if that's what that means. Well, I don't know. I don't know how to answer that. So, number 8. What's one thing have you not done that you really want to? What's holding you back? One thing that I really want to do is travel, and what's holding me back is I don't have the money to, and it sucks. Number 9. Are you holding on to something you need to let go of? Feelings, I guess. Feelings about stupid things, the little things. I just need to brush it off my shoulder. I would be happier. I'm not going to get into detail with that, but yeah, feelings. 10. If you had to move to a state or country besides the one you are currently living in, where would you move and why? If I could move, I would go to somewhere warmer, but not super, super warm. Literally, I'm not picky about that. It could be like Tennessee, Kentucky, California, anything. Arizona, that's really hot though. I don't know. Some places vary. I don't even go to New York for the heck of it, just because it's exciting. There's more to see than here in Wisconsin. So, like I said, I want to travel, so I would be happy. Wherever I'm happy would be where I want to move. 11. Why are you you? Why am I myself? I am me because I am me. I am here because I was born and I have to deal with it. I am myself because I don't want to be fake. Being fake doesn't get you anywhere in life, and I have always been myself. Always. Never once faked anything. It's not worth it. Why I say this fake stuff is because I know way too many fake people out there. It drives me insane. Pet peeve. If you're fake, just don't talk to me. Just stop. Halt. Just go away. Just go away. Number 12. Which is worse, when a good friend moves away or losing touch with a good friend who lives right near you? I would say losing touch with a good friend who lives right near you. And that almost happened to me. Like, if me and my best friend stopped talking, even though we live like 15 minutes away, that would be bogus. Like, that's worse to deal with because you can still see them and stuff. But if she moves away, I can always visit her, and it doesn't mean we're gonna stop talking. So, the second one's worse. 13. What are you most grateful for? Life. career, family, so many things. I don't even know where to begin with that, to be honest. 14. Would you rather lose all of your old memories or never be able to make new ones? I feel like I can lose all my old memories because I've had a lot of shitty ones. And, 18 is the happiest I've been. It's been a good year so far, and I want to make my new memories. I don't care about the old ones. They're in the past. If I could forget about most of them, I would be happier. So, yeah. 15. Has your greatest fear ever come true? No. I don't really have, I don't know. I don't even want to think about that stuff, so I'm just gonna, whatever, just, the answer's no. Ow. 16. Do you remember what time 5 years ago when you were extremely upset? Does it matter now? Anything that upset me 5 years ago absolutely does not matter right now. I am happy right now. I am happy with my life right now, and 5 years ago doesn't matter at all. 5 years ago, I was literally, I was 13. Yeah, I was 13, just being a teenager, starting on my teenage life. Anything that made me upset then absolutely does not matter whatsoever. So, yeah. 17. What is your happiest childhood memory? What makes it so special? I think my happiest childhood memory, I don't know, it depends. Define childhood. Well, I was 8 when I first went to Wisconsin Dells. That was my first real vacation, and I loved it. I guess that's one of them. So Wisconsin Dells, going to Wisconsin Dells for the first time and the second time, because it was 7 and 8, I think, or 8 and 9, I don't remember, but it was fun, so sure. There's way more where that came from, but Wisconsin Dells is a good one. 18. Have you ever been with someone, said nothing, and walked away feeling like you just had the best conversation ever? I guess. Kinda. I've never really, did that without saying anything before or after the weird emotional facial expression things, but I guess no, not really. 19. If you just won $1 million, would you quit your job? As of right now, if I got $1 million, I wouldn't quit my job because it's only a summer job right now, and I love working at Bay Beach, so no, I would not quit my job right now. And after Bay Beach is over, I would look for a new job because money doesn't last forever, and I would get my shit together right now if I had $1 million, so it wouldn't last long. I mean, it would last a while, but I would get a car, I would get my own place, I would get all this stuff, and then expenses come with that, so there you go. 20. What is the difference between being alive and truly living? Being alive is the fact that you were born. You were born, so you're alive. If you don't do anything with your life that makes you happy, I feel like you're not truly living your life. You're just breathing air. You're living, but you're not living your true life, If that makes any sense. 21. Would you that's not what it says. What would you do differently if you knew nobody would judge you? I would be more outgoing. I'm a shy person when it comes to new people. I wouldn't give a fuck. If I knew no one would judge me, I'd be like, hello, my name's Amanda. I'm Mandy. How are you? I would just be more outgoing, I guess. As I'm blushing. 22, the last question. Decisions are being made right now. The question is, are you making them for yourself, or are you letting others make them for you? I definitely make my own decisions 90% of the time. Especially now that I'm an adult. I can't make my own decisions. My first adult decision was getting a fucking tattoo. I was like, I'm 18 now, I want a fucking tattoo. Did it on my birthday. That was my first adult decision. So there we go. I am, for the most part, making the decisions on my own. And I like it that way. I don't want people making decisions for me. This is a particularly I can't speak the English long video, so I'm gonna go. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any other random questions or anything you want to see from me, let me know down below. Like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you're feeling me. You're feeling my vibe, you like how I am, weirdness, you know. Okay. Bye. Peace, geese.